Glory be to God, amen. Preach the truth. Light of Kai. My conscience rising. Glory be to God, amen. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. And I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm appreciative for life, for breath, for strength, for all that God give us daily. The blessings, amen. The blessing is most people never even see or they never even realize or recognize because they're so busy caught up in the world. But this morning I want to tell y'all that just the breath that you taking right now, amen, is a blessing, amen. You being able to open your eyes and see, amen, is a blessing, amen. Just you being able to get up out of that bed and take a step is a blessing, glory be to God. For you to get up and eat breakfast or drink a cup of coffee is a blessing, glory be to God. And I want to tell y'all that God will continue to bless you, amen. As long as you continue to keep going, amen. And the moment you stop, that's the moment everything else will stop. I want to read a verse to y'all. And this is Luke chapter 16, verse 10. And it says, he that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. And he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much. I'm going to read it out. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. And he that is unjust in the least will be unjust in much. And what we got to realize is that God don't work how we want him to work. He work how he works, amen. He don't work how what we perceive or how we think that he should work. He work how he works, amen. He work how he want things to go down, amen. He do what he sees fit. And all the time what he sees fit is not what we think is right. The word says his ways are higher than us. His thoughts are higher than us. We can't even think or perceive or fathom on the level of God. So when he say he that is faithful in the least should be faithful in the much, he gave us something to go by, amen. He gave us like a arteria, amen. He gave a criteria, amen. He basically saying if you are faithful in the least, then you will be faithful in much. And this morning I want to tell y'all that you might think that what you have is nothing, amen. What you have is least, amen. What you have is so small, amen. But God said, if you show yourself faithful in these things, I will grant you access to much more. But first you got to show yourself faithful in these little things, amen. No matter what it is, whether it's a 9 to 5, amen. Whether it's just a couple dollars, amen. Whether it's just something slight. Whether it's something that you may seem that it's really nothing, amen. It's a small responsibility. And he said, if you show yourself faithful in these things, then I will grant you access to, I will give you much more. But first you got to show yourself faithful in the things that you are going through now. In the very place that you're at now, you have to show yourself faithful no matter what it is. And then when you show yourself faithful, then he will promote you. But until you show yourself faithful with these little things and these little responsibilities that you have now, until you show yourself faithful in that stuff, you will never be granted a promotion, amen. And I don't know about y'all, I know where I came from, amen. I know where I was at. I know where I am now. And I know where I'm going, amen. And right now I might have a little, but I'm going to show myself faithful in these little responsibilities that I have. And these little things that these mere little things that I have. Because I know when I do that, then I will get the promotion, amen. And God will grant me access to much more. But before that, I have to show myself faithful in the things, amen, that I have right now. And I just want to tell y'all that If you show yourself faithful in the things that you're going through now, the things that are least right now, the things that you might not see as nothing right now, whether it's just taking care of a dog or it's a little 9 to 5, whatever it is, show yourself faithful in these things. Show that you're responsible, amen. Show that you can manage certain things, amen. Because once you show yourself that you can, you show God that he can, that's when he will give you more. How can he entrust you with more when you can't even be faithful with what you have now? You have to show yourself responsible, amen. You got to show you that you can't handle these things, amen. Because if you don't show yourself you can handle these things, then he will never give you much more. You got to show yourself faithful, amen, that you're trustworthy to handle certain things. Because if you don't show yourself trustworthy to handle certain things, it's just like me. If I give you a little job and I just tell you to go to the store and get this and that, and you come back and it ain't right, how can I trust you to go and talk to these business people or go and talk to the bank so you can get this loan for us or whatever that? If you can't even go to the store and get that right, how can I entrust you to go to the bank and get that right? How can I trust you if you're not responsible in the least things, amen? If you can't get that little things right, amen, the little small things, if you can't be faithful in the least, how can I entrust you to be faithful in much? And God told me this. He said, I had a responsibility to check in 2 times a day, and I missed one check-in, and they ended up doing something, and I got into a little trouble. And he told me, he said, he used this verse. He said, how can I entrust you to be responsible for a multitude when you can't even be responsible to check in 2 times a day? How can it? It don't work like that, amen. You got to show yourself responsible with these little responsibilities, and then I will entrust you with much more. God is telling y'all today that if you show yourself trustworthy or faithful in the least, then he will grant you access to much more. If you want access to much more, glory be to God, amen. If you want access to the promotion, glory be to God, amen. If you want exactly what God is trying to give you, you got to show yourself faithful exactly where you at right now. No matter where it's at. Show yourself faithful in that situation. Show that he can trust you with much, much more. Show yourself responsible for whatever you're going through right now, wherever you in or whatever you're responsible for, whether paying your bills on time, whatever it is. Show yourself responsible in that. Then he will grant you promotion. Amen. He'll grant you permission to get much, much more. He that is faithful in the least should be faithful in much. Glory be to God. But him that is unjust, if you being unjust in a certain thing that you're dealing with, whether it's bills and you all late and you doing all of this, if you showing yourself unjust, amen, he already know you can be unjust if he give you more, so he not even going to promote you and give it to you. So this morning, he just want me to tell y'all, glory be to God, amen, that show yourself faithful, amen. Show that you are trustworthy, amen. Because when you show yourself trustworthy, he'll start entrusting you with much, much more.